Sunday. I'm just away on an excursion to the Brazilian side of the falls today. I'm taking the van across now with all the paperwork, so we're going to my meeting point right now. Time's at 20 past. I got picked up just before 9. We're just approaching the border and I've seen boys stop for a smoke break already. Yeah, they do it differently with this company. It's a long journey in, and you had to wait on a bus to get in from here. You had to queue up for ages to get the bus, and the bus itself took ages to get there. And then their side of the river is quite compact. There wasn't like Argentina where you could wander. There was different trails you could do and see lots of things from different angles. But it was still good, still worth visiting. Well, that was alright. If I thought I had a choice, I probably wouldn't have done it. But I did it anyway. So some toucans, which is the main thing. That's the bit I enjoyed the most. Toucans and something else. That was alright. Driving through Puerto Iguacu, I'm heading to the port for the ferry. Good morning, by the way. I've just left my campsite. It's a border crossing day today, so a bit keyed up about that. I've got to get fuel first, so put that into my sat nav, and there's one of the famous road bumps. Speak to you soon. So I've just got fuel. I'm heading down to the Three Frontiers area. This is further into Puerto Iguacu. It's looking a bit more built up here, a bit more kind of tourist friendly. I thought it might be as further I got in. I was right out on the edge in the burbs. Oh, a quick stop on the way to the ferry. I've just parked over there. This is Argentina. That building over there is on the Brazil side, and that bridge crosses over into Paraguay. That's my ferry down there somewhere. Soon. Oh, and of course there's an amphitheatre right in front of me. Of course. My location for an amphitheatre in the banks of the Paraguay River. That's a huge Ferris wheel on the other side. If it wasn't in Brazil, I'd have a go on that. Yeah, Billy, like you did the one in Rio as well. Yeah, that didn't happen. more Iguacu letters. So this is a more central viewpoint of the Free Frontier. Come down there, Brazil over there, the bridge, and Paraguay over there. Where those cars are lined up, that's where I'm going to get off the ferry. The ferry's quite primitive from what I can make out, but that'll be an adventure. Right, got myself stamped out of Argentina. They took my temporary import permit for my vehicle off my hands, and now I'm guessing it's down here, Balsa Iguacu Embarque for the ferry. I think it's down here. Well, I made a bit of a mess of that. I went down the ramp thinking that was to the ferry, but that's the off ramp. They stop there, let folk off, and then here's Embarque. A key for the ferry. It's not until 12 o'clock. It's only 20 past 11. Right, look at that boat. So this is me going on the ferry now. Now he's going, that's the, yeah, I went down the off ramp and he was sitting there, so I think he's away at Paraguay or somewhere. I'm not sure. That's the Brazilian ferry over there, and that's this cracking old rust bucket boat over here. It's a topper. Yeah, and that's a view of my ferry that we'll be getting on in the next 40 minutes, hopefully. It's a nice breeze. So I'm on my ferry now. It wasn't immediately obvious that it was time to board. You just have to guess. And then the guy waved me down from up on the hill. So yeah, I'm right at the front of the boat, so this will be interesting. I was parked just up there and the guy waved me down. And there's no signs, there's nobody around. I mean, they looked ready, but that's not always the case. Somebody's got on the ferry in front of the boat, broken down. Well, there's a better view of that ship. So that's Brazil, it's a corner of Brazil here. I think that's called the Friendship Bridge. That's Paraguay straight in front. And that's the last we'll be seen of Argentina for a while. It's the corner of Argentina. The Three Frontiers. They do that a lot, certainly in Argentina. They use the rivers as borders. Officially in Paraguay now. I don't know if I should be filming and reversing. Yes. Handbrake right off. Right, safely in Paraguay. That's me. Got my temporary import permit. Got my passport stamped further down the hill. I'm going to go to the Three Frontiers post here. But just because why not? So I'll speak to you there. I'm just going over it now. They've got the dreaded speed humps here as well, and that's nice to know. Just to prove it, here we go. Another flipping speed hump. Marvellous. To guess a lot of the time here, it's not very well signposted. There was a huge car park just inside the entrance there, so you could easily take the thing, well, you've got to park there and walk in, but there's a road. I mean, you're still a wee bit further down before you get to the place, so hopefully I can go a bit further in. Certainly the road's big enough to take me. Look at parts here. Here we are at the Paraguay side of the three frontiers. The flag's seen better days. It's a bit raggedy, but there's no one around. It is the middle of the day right enough. It would be just as quiet in Argentina at this time. Here we are on the three frontiers from the Paraguayan side. So there's that. It's the ferry I got across. I think, because they don't run that often, so he's probably still sitting there till it's time for the next crossing. And there's the Argentinian side. That's the bit I was up. You see where the blue and white is? I was up there. That's the Brazilian side. You can see the Brazilian point with the green and yellow, but I didn't make it that far. Bus tour. I'm going to be the only one here very shortly, I think. The Paraguayan side of the big bridge. Yeah. A lot of folk coming through it just now. If it's open even, it's a new frontier that's not been finished yet. The impressions are the roads are very quiet. I suppose we're on the outskirts, but we're still approaching the big city. Maybe because that border didn't seem to be open. That'll be why these roads are closed. I left my GoPro in the in the van. I don't know if that's a good thing or not, but I went for a coffee and I've just been walking around, and I'll put my finger on it, but already I'm quite impressed with Paraguay, and I'm only in Ciudad del Este. I didn't know what I was going to find here, but there's something much better. Yeah, I don't know what it is. I'm going to put my finger on it and I'll let you know what it is, what the difference is. But I'm really starting to like it here. This is my campsite. It's got a gate on it, so the entry's controlled. But I think a lot of people come up here to socialise because there's fast food like McDonald's wrappers. They park their car just as they do in Scotland as well. They'll sit and have their food and then just chuck it out the window and drive away. Didn't really expect to see that here. I thought with it being more like private ground it would be tighter controlled, but obviously not. So yeah, just having a wee walk around to see what I can see. Some very big carp in here. That one's a monster. There's another one over there. You'll maybe just see it. Yeah, but on that cafe in Puerto Iguacu, they certainly like their creepy mannequins here, don't they? Yeah, sure it's got some significance locally, quite normal I would imagine for them, but not so much to us. But the place I think is a leisure club of some sort, and when it first opened it would have been really nice, but it's mostly open a few years, and with places like this size you've really got to keep your turnover up to make it viable, and I don't think that's happened, so things have fallen into disrepair a little bit. I mean, it's still nice, still quite impressive, as I like to say. There's a wee banana tree, a few banana trees, and the path runs out here overlooking the football pitch. Yeah, I was going to say, well, we can see some of this red dirt. It's fine here because we've got proper pavements, but as much as I'm lucky and I'm grateful to be spending so much time in South America, when you're, after a while life sets in and there's a wee there's always something that gets on your nerves, and that red dirt, see when it gets wet, it's a nightmare. It sticks to your feet, and then you dare not trail it in the van, but even when the step into the van was caked in mud this morning. I had to clean it, but yeah, it's not really a big problem, especially when I say it out loud. It sounds pretty mediocre. Anyway, so yeah, that's just one of the minor things that gets on your nerves. The other thing is the humidity, although it maybe looks cool, certainly with the cloud cover and things like that, the humidity is such that you sweat and it doesn't evaporate, so you're constantly soaking with sweat and just not cooling down. I'm not a big fan of that. I have to find out where I am, because I've gone for a walk and I'm not exactly sure, but it's a wee place, so I'm sure I'll find my way. In the wee left turn I can see my van through the trees. Don't know if you can see it, but look, the guy keeps birds. I'm like with the bird park yesterday, I'm not really a big fan of animals that are locked up, so I'm not too keen on this either. It's the only way you get close up to them, but it's still not good. Hey pal, yeah, you can't be happy in there. Are you speaking? Hola. Buenas. Hello. 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 Buenos dias. Hello. Yeah. Oh. Hello. Nobody taught you any swear words? No, maybe in Spanish. Oh, you're coming down to speak to me? Hello. Hello. You're going to get annoyed when you find out I've not got anything for you to eat. Hello. Where's he gone? He's away down the bottom. Your pal's away. Hello. Oh. Where is he? He's down there. What are you saying? Hello. Oh. Yeah. Hello. You're beautiful birds. Beautiful. I know. You just kinda, I wonder if they're just glad of the company, because that's not a big, it's not a big home you've got, is it? I know. Here's another one here. Slightly different. I think that's a slightly different bird. So beautiful, isn't it? I just had my hair cut. That feels much better. Goes with my new bag. Got a new bag. Got a new bag and a mosquito killer. All I needed was a dehumidifier, but yeah, couldn't get one that was practical. So a good day. It's mid-morning, so I'm away to head out and see Ciudad Este, just to give you an idea. I knew there was something yesterday. See that? You can see it. It's the temperature at the top, so it's 28 degrees, which isn't too bad. It's still morning. It's 89% humidity. That's that's really driving me up. Yeah, as I said, that humidity. It's the first time I've had to deal with that level of humidity. 90%. You just feel it. Nothing dries quickly, and you sweat, and you don't, because it's so humid. Your sweat can't really evaporate, so you just feel wet, soaking all the time. What the fuck is that? It's another day in South America. So yeah, they've cleaned up the place a bit more. Must have been some do at the weekend, because I've still got tidying up to do, but the barriers are away and all the chairs that were here yesterday are away. But right, let's go for a walk. Yesterday there's a scout group meets at this place as well. Scout Iguacu 43. That's definitely a worldwide organisation. Paraguayan sounding pub, Kilkenny. Even in Paraguay there's Irish bars. Quite amazing. So, a bit further up the road and it's opened out into the lake. I knew the lake was here, I just want to have a look and see what it's like. It's quite a pleasant wee walk. I'd heard somewhere that the city was quite walkable. It seems to be the case. I'm not really that far. The top of the lake doesn't look that far, and the centre of the town is over to the right, as far as I'm aware. So that's quite good. It's quite cloudy today, so that's keeping the temperatures down. It's humid enough as it is, without it being absolutely roasted to go with it. So yeah, it's not too unpleasant walking into town just now. Up this hill, so I thought, I bet that's an amphitheatre back there. And right enough it is. Amphitheatre in Paraguayan colours, red, white and blue. It's from down below, you get a better idea. It's just like the Paraguayan flag. It seems to be the main busy downtown part of Ciudad del Este. I'll let you have a look very well. Maybe not quite as plush and upmarket as I thought it would be. Chaotic around here, I must admit. A lot of tacky shops. I think over here's a bit nicer. Shop in Paris is a bit more upmarket. SD card on the GoPro's full again. So I keep forgetting to unload it. We'll go into this place. This looks like a bit more upmarket. Shopping Paris. Just in the air-conditioned luxury of shopping Paris there, and now we're back out into the heat and the chaos of Ciudad del Este. Bought myself a backpack, which is what I've really been needing anyway. That's terrible. But yeah, I bought myself a backpack, so that'll make things a bit better. So I was carrying a linen bag around with me. Buenos Aires on it, which was all very good, but yeah, it's getting sweaty and dirty and wasn't practical. So let's go. Leaving the city centre and you can feel the peace returning. It was frantic there, just constant hustle and bustle. It's the main centre. All the Brazilians and Argentinians come over to get their cheap stuff. But yeah, I'm glad it's behind me now.